Hey guys, this is Oricon, and it's that time of the year again. And guys, I just finished the last chapter of Corp Party for the PSP, and man, it is one crazy experience. So first of all, as you can see, I'm playing this not on the actual PSP, but on the PS Vita. And if you happen to have purchased the PS Vita, personally in my opinion, this is definitely the way to go. You want to experience this game in the dark with headphones. Headphones is a must, as it even says on the description. And you don't want to experience on a tiny screen, you want to experience on the big screen, because man, it scared the pants off me. And I'm not that hard scared, I'm not super into horror games, but I think it's pretty scary. Now the main scenario won't take that long to complete, it'll take you maybe 10 to 12 hours, but there is a whole bunch of extra chapters which you can unlock by collecting kind of student IDs during the game. And there's also a list of endings, so there's a whole bunch of bad endings which you can go through as well. I haven't unlocked all of them, and I haven't actually tried the extra chapters yet, so I just completed the main 5 chapters, and so there's a lot more extra content besides just the main story. So word of warning for those people who don't like story and complain that it takes forever to get to the actual game, this whole game is story, but it's fully voiced, and the voice acting is excellent quality, and you want to make sure you play this on headphones. Now I'm gonna skip the opening sequence just to kind of jump to the gameplay, but there's a huge intro sequence that kind of explains how you end up in the situation that you're in, so obviously if you're playing the game you want to watch the intro. Like I said, tons of story. So this is the part which introduces the cast of game, and for those of you playing this Japanese, very friendly readings for everyone's names, which won't show up later. So yeah, definitely do check that out. I'm not gonna go through each character one by one, but you'll get to know them fairly well through the remainder of the story. So yeah, as for my review of the game, I would have to say, first of all, the music is top notch, like 9 out of 10. It's awesome. I love listening to it. I probably would buy the soundtrack if I could. For what was originally an indie game released on the PC, you would be surprised, but actually I've been listening to indie Japanese music for months now, Toho vocals mostly, and there's some really excellent tracks out there. There's a huge vibrant indie scene. They've been there for forever, and this is just another example of some great indie Japanese music. As for the story, it's not super clever. It's not gonna blow you away with some crazy plot twist like 999 or Virtue's Last Reward, but I don't know about you, but it scared the pants off of me. I mean, it was scary, and it took me a while to beat this game because I just had to take breaks because I just couldn't take it. I mean, what is up with the closet full of hair? Man, that is totally creepy. I mean, I don't know about you, but that creeped me out. Anyway, as I was saying, it took me a long time to beat this game because seriously, I had to take a break for weeks because it was too much. I mean, my dreams, sleep was affecting my sleep. So some of you more hardened veterans might, not be too fazed by this, but for someone who's kind of not having played that many horror games, yeah, it's scary. And the presentation, as for the graphic, this is the perfect example of why AAA graphics, Outlast or Aliens Isolation isn't strictly needed to have a good game. And I like the graphics. On the big screen it's a little bit pixelated, but you don't really notice it if you are not like right in front of your TV. And I thought it was really good. And like I said again, the voice acting was superb. The whole thing is fully voiced, which is great for those of us Americans who hate to read. Though I just remembered it's not localized, the audio is not localized, so actually never mind, you guys or us Americans would have to read it unless fluent in Japanese. But overall, great music, great voice acting, great game, scary, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. I will probably be digging into Book of Shadows at some point. I have a download version of that as well on a PSN sale, or I might try something entirely different for the rest of October here. So pretty short review, but I hope you enjoyed it. And a shout out for my buddy Byrne on the Facebook chat, who made this video possible by constantly bugging me about it, and also for identifying all my insecurities, such as the way I breathe in my video. So thanks for that, Bernie. You're a great pal as always. And if the lazy dude actually made a video or YouTube channel or something, I'd shout that out too, but I guess we'll see if that will happen. Before ending this video, I just want to make a few kind of comments about the Vita TV. You know, the Vita TV is a flawed product. I really cannot recommend it to the general consumer. But for some certain games like this one, it really, I think, is the best way to play. Forget that lame component out from the PSP. It's way better upscaled on the Vita TV. Of course, you have to, rebuy all the games digitally if you have a huge library of UMDs, or unless you are on the UMD passport, which is only available in Japan. Then you can get all your UMD games that you must own the UMDs for, register it on your UMD app, which you download on the PSP PSN network, which they are shutting down, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. But then if you have PS Plus, supposedly all of that should be free digitally. But really, if you don't play Japanese games or have a huge library of Japanese games, the Vita TV is not that compelling, especially since they didn't remove ATP, which is what prevents you from doing gameplay footage without having to buy a HTML splitter. That's what I'm using right now, and that was kind of lame. People were upset when the PS4 came out with HCCP and they removed it, and nobody cares for the Vita TV because no one bought it. But I would say if you are really interested in capturing Vita game footage for like the 2 in every 3 games that actually work for it, or if you are really into, or if you have an extensive digital PSP library or PS1 archives, I would say for $90 that it would be a worthwhile purchase. So anyway guys, that's my impression of Corp Party and my thoughts on the Vita TV and this Otakon, and I will see you guys next time.
どうして鍵まで閉めてるの？嘘、鍵かかってないのに開かない。子供の声。
夏休みには皆さんで遠足に出かけましょうね。
誰？なんか頭が痛いな。耳鳴りがする。人の気配。ボールペンで書き殴る音だわ。
さっちゃん、迎えに来てくれたの？